You gotta get some peppermint oil. So today, you guys, we are going to talk about email marketing and newsletters. So I have taught this class already twice to the other offices. This one will be recorded. So if you guys were on that call, our recordings, I just want to preface this again for everybody, our recordings here are only 3 days. So I'm glad that Alan does record this. So if you did miss that one, please go back and watch this recording later today. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Ashley Gotch. I'm the owner of AgentWise Design and SureLink Marketing. And we've been doing this for a very long time, you guys. So I get so many requests, so many comments, so many emails, texts, all the things in regard to newsletters each month. We get a lot of great engagement. Our clients are getting business from it. Every time, it's about to be a new month, turning over, I get at least 20, 30 people saying, Ash, you got the newsletter ready for November? So I will have that out to you guys in a couple days so you can get a head start for November. But typically in the membership, we do release it on November 1st. So on the 1st of every month, okay? But yeah, so let's get into this. So why should you use and send a newsletter? So a newsletter, you guys, it's a value add to your business, and it's definitely a way for you guys to generate business. We want you to be top of mind. So there's nothing worse than when someone, that is a neighbor, a friend, a family member, that's the worst, that they forget that you sell real estate. Okay. So my job is to make sure that you guys are not acting as secret agents. Okay. And when I'm talking about marketing, let's just say somebody jumps on a marketing call with me or they want to hire us or whatever. I always talk about the circle. Okay. So we always want your social media. You guys, at this point should be posting on your social media every day. You have all of these things at your fingertips, okay? Your website should be, pushing back to your social media and vice versa. And then that last part too is your email marketing and your communication, okay? So, but we want you guys to send newsletters so you're maintaining meaningful relationships. You're putting good content out there, and it's not just like, hey, look at this listing and I'm the latest and greatest. We want it to be basically a value add to your business, okay? And what's really cool about the way we do our newsletters, like I said, when I started this, you guys, let's see, almost 6 years ago now, so like 5.5 years ago, we knew that you needed to put like listings out there and all the different things, but it has evolved so much because other agents all over the country, right? They're saying, Ashley, what about a recipe? Or what about this type of article? What about linking back to QR codes and so on and so forth? So while a lot of our ideas are ours, a lot of them also come from other agents. So if you have a suggestion, you're like, hey, this would be a really cool thing to add in the newsletter in December or January or what have you, please message us, okay? Send us an email. But by delivering informative content, you guys, newsletters establish you as a knowledgeable resource. It helps you build trust, strengthen your current relationships and new ones. It also offers a platform for you to show your listings, drive engagement back to your website, capture leads, which is a big one, and we'll talk about that. And it reinforces your brand identity, ultimately contributing to a better sustained real estate business. So how, I guess everybody write this down, highlight it, go back and watch this part. But the name of the game in order to grow any business, not just real estate, is capturing data, right? And following up. Follow up is key in any business. And even in my business, sometimes you guys, I miss the mark. We get a lot of things coming at us and I get it. So, but the name of the game, you guys, is capturing emails. So before I go into this, let me see here. Yeah, before I go any further into this, I want to show you guys something in AgentWise Design real quick. So if you don't already, if you're not in here, this is such a insane platform that you guys have access to. We're loading all kinds of cool stuff here. But I want to show you one way. So starting in November, so you can do these now in the middle of October, but let's just say you're starting fresh in November. You're going to come over here, left-hand side where it says content strategy. And on the first of every single month, you guys, we come up with something that's basically, let me open this up here so you could see it. It's basically kind of like a recap from the month before, and then there's different events that are going on, different spotlights, businesses you could spotlight, so on and so forth. But then the last part is saying, hey, comment guide for my local guide, or comment guide, or comment whatever word for your local guide, okay? We're going to do this every single month. I have been asking for feedback, and the reason I'm telling you this is because this is one sure way that you're going to capture emails. Okay, so these little call to actions, when we put them on our graphics, we're doing that intentionally because we want you to capture leads. So in turn, you can put them in your CRMs and the newsletter, do what you got to do. Okay, so back to this, but capturing leads. So there's many different ways. So that's one way. Another way is you can reach out to your sphere. So I don't know how many of you are actively working your KB Core, but KB Core, that's a whole nother training. I know it very well. It is a very powerful CRM when you use it the correct way, but an easy way to just scrub and go through your list is to reach out to your sphere and say, hey, I'm actually going to start this new marketing campaign. I just want to make sure that I have your correct email, right? Simple phone conversations, text message, whatever it is, right? Facebook message, just reach out to your people and say, hey, do you mind, I'm updating my systems. Can I have your correct email? This is what I'm sending. Your referral partners. So some of you are directly in Atlanta. Some of you are obviously outside of Atlanta, but I'm going to assume that you guys refer to each other amongst the company. And maybe you have people outside of the company as well, like in Florida or wherever it is that you're sending, business to. But you want to keep those people separate. So referral partners, I am later, probably in the middle of next year. Well, let me take that back. In my membership, we do have training every single month as well. So this will be very soon, but for you guys individually, per office, it'll probably be next year. But I do have a client, her name is Amanda Fennig. She did about at least 73 transactions this year. And we touched base recently, and she had well over 40 of them came from referral partners. Okay. So Amanda and I have our own little campaign going on, but she has her referral partners very separate versus her buyers, sellers, clients, that sort of deal. Okay. So you want to make sure you do have their information. Now, open house sign-in sheets. Let me go back to the membership so you guys know exactly where to find this. You could go into feminine or masculine, but basically you're going to navigate to the documents. And then you're going to find this document here, open house sign-in sheet. I was made aware that you guys have a digital open house sign-in sheet, which is awesome. So make sure that that is connected to your CRM. But and at the same time, you want to have a disclosure that, hey, we're collecting this email, I'm not going to use anything. My intent is not to harm, and etc. There's a bunch of disclosures out there, but you do want to make sure that you are able to send them a newsletter. So just kind of blindly ask permission, because I'll tell you this. There are so many systems out there. KB Core is a very powerful CRM, like I said. But if you were just sending to everybody with a heartbeat and a bunch of people mark you as spam, or they delete it, or they unsubscribe, or whatever, you're basically telling the system that you did not have permission to send these people. So while I'm saying the name of the game is collecting emails, but it's also collecting emails that you have permission to market to, okay? Yeah, just kind of check with KB Core on that one. But lead magnets, like I said, that little post there, that's what we call lead magnet. We also have buyer guides and seller guides, relocation guides, all kinds of different guides you can use as a lead magnet. And so what that looks like, my husband actually will be teaching you guys a class pretty soon on this. But basically what it looks like is, let's just say somebody's relocating to the area, or even a local person is there and they want to know more information about selling their house. You're giving them something of value, but you need something in return, which is their email, their phone number, their contact info, right? Do you mind putting in the chat real quick? It's not too many of you on here. How many of you right now are using your CRM the way you're supposed to? So you are actively sending drip campaigns. Maybe you are already sending a newsletter. You're collecting information and going home and putting it in there. So not me, unfortunately, not enough. Yeah, so when we teach that class about lead gen, you'd be surprised the things that we open up that are kind of like those aha moments. And this is, again, one of them, getting back to the email marketing. So networking in person, this is very obvious, but if you're in church or your kids are involved in sports, or if you are in a networking group, make sure you have the contact info of the people, surrounding you that you're talking to. And again, you guys, I don't have one of my business cards, but it could be something so simple when you hand your business card, hey, connect with me on Facebook, or hey, here's my email. I'd love to stay in touch with you. Hey, I send out this awesome thing every single month. I have permission to send it to you. I know it's awkward, but if you keep practicing it, you will get shut down in person. I have a million times, but you know what? Whatever. Move on to the next, okay? So practice in person, maybe amongst each other. I do challenge you to basically, like my clients, they know I want them to have 10 new connections every single month. I don't care how they get those connections, but 10 new each month. So I challenge you to do the same thing, whether you're at the grocery store, whatever it is, okay? But social media signups with a post. So now this to me is obvious, but some people do this little backwards, and I'm not judging, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's something that I absolutely would not do. Some people put their entire email newsletter out there each month on their social media. There's a couple of reasons why I would not do that. First of all, because you're basically saying, "Hey, here's my goods. You don't got to work for it. I don't care about. I don't need to know who's looking at it, this and that, right? It's all about analytics. You want to know who's looking and that sort of deal. Um, Not to mention too, when you put it out there on social media, it is not clickable. Okay, like when you post anything on social media, it's a picture and or video. It's not an interactive newsletter anymore, okay? But what we have done in the past is we create all kinds of different social media graphics, I guess you will. And Blue, if you don't mind, can you track those down for me later? I'll text you. But we'll track it down exactly where they're at. So you guys, come November, all you have to do basically is going to the membership. There's like 5 or 6 of them, I believe, that say like, "Hey, I'm about to start my new month," or whatever it says. Comment your email below if you would like to sign up for my newsletter, right? That is a lot more value than you putting the entire thing out there, even if you only get 1 or 2 or 3 people, okay? Now, if you boost, of course, if you spend money on Facebook or Instagram and put that kind of campaign out there and you spend money on it, you'll get more. But organically, we do see on average like 1 to 3, let's just call it. So like I said, running paid ads, you can do that, of course. QR codes on other print material. So it could be your email signature. It could just have a sign up link. It could be your signs. It could be anything that you put out there. You want, again, people to give their information to you so you can do something with it. Okay. So any questions on that before I move forward? Because this next part's a little in depth here. Any questions? Okay. All right. So how to increase the open rate. So here are 5 sure ways to increase your engagement. Scrubbing your email list. So we talked about that just a second ago, talking about revamping or scrubbing your old email list. I don't want to say who, but well, you guys won't know her, I guess. But local to me, there was a woman when I was like, oh, I was in college. I was like 19 or 20 years old. She came to me and she said, "Hey, here's my top producer account. Can you scrub my list?" And here I am. I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't know these people, right? So I honest to God, you guys don't think that this is something you can hand off to your VA, other than this next part we're going to talk about. But this woman had over 100,000 contacts. She was collecting everybody with a heartbeat, essentially. And when we got down to it was just a couple thousand, because there were people that have died. There were people that just like got rid of that email, so on and so forth. And actually, I'm a great example for somebody that has an old email. I started Facebook my junior year of high school, so I'm 35 now, so it's a long time ago. I used my grandmother's email. My grandma's still alive, but that email is well gone. It's an Earthlink email. So I don't get any Facebook emails at all. Of course, I've backed it up with my phone number, but that's a great example of when you're having that conversation. It's not so much that people don't care to interact with your drip emails or whatever. You very well may be sending to a bad email. So we use websites called zerobounce.net. There's quite a few out there. I have found that zerobounce.net actually is the best in my opinion. I've used MailChimp, I've used Constant Contact, we've used all kinds of different systems over the years, and I have found if I need to scrub my own email list, this is a great resource. Essentially, what you do, just follow the directions on there, but you're going to download a CSV file, you're going to upload it, and it's going to tell you old email, bad email. They put emails in spam quite often, so you don't want to send to those kind of people. So scrub your email list. Now, real quick, I know I said don't like hand too much off to your VAs. The only reason I am saying that part is because, again, they don't know if that's your cousin, if that's a past client, but going forward, you guys, please write this down, highlight it, bold it, whatever. Please, going forward, make sure you have organized lists, okay? And don't just rely on KV Core to store your contact info either. Have a backup plan, whether it's just an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets inside the Google Drive. Have your stuff organized and have it backed up always, okay? Once a month, my team actually, we send ourselves, we download our own email list once a month just to keep it that backed up, and we just store it in Google Drive, okay? All right, so you need to learn about deliverability. So how many emails are being sent out versus how many are ending up in the spam section. When I started our business, I was young, and I put marketing in our name because we are a marketing company. I can't tell you how many times I go to spam, to my clients, to even my own husband. So it's very particular how you send out stuff, what the name of your email is, because people nowadays have filters, okay? So a lot of people filter out the word marketing, go figure. So there are a couple things though that affect this. Typically it's the size of your list, and sometimes it's your subject line or the name of your email that can trigger the email providers with certain keywords. And it all depends on the end user and how they have their email set up, okay? So the size of your list, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but going back to, I am not impressed with an agent that's like, I've got 5,000 emails, but really, you guys, only 80 of them are engaging with you, okay? The name of the game is not to have, quantities, to have quality, okay? So you don't want a ton of people marking your email as spam, because I'm telling you, I don't know exactly about KV Core, but I could tell you MailChimp, Constant Contact, the big dogs, right? The big email senders. If you get too many like marked spams or unsubscribes or whatever it is, they really truly will shut your account down. It's happened to me personally. It's happened to quite a few of my clients in the earlier days before we got a handle on this, okay? So create a branded template. So you will find absolutely in our membership, obviously we care about branding, but you will find every single month for the last 2 years, the front of our newsletter looks exactly the same. And we did that by design because we want that to show up in the inbox, as a preview so people know what it is when they click it, okay? You guys are, of course, welcome to change the front of this and do whatever you want to do. But just know that we do keep it consistent every single month. Um, Now create curiosity with your subject line. So it's almost like clickbait. Be careful though, you don't want to trigger too much, too many buzzwords that are going to get you blocked. But you guys can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini. I'm starting to like Gemini quite a bit more, to be honest, lately. But for enticing subject lines. And all you guys are going to do literally is just say, I'm a real estate agent. I sent out a monthly newsletter. Here's what it's about. Give me a really cool subject line, or hey, give me 10 and choose one. Give me 20. The computer is going to spit out some stuff to you, okay? And then the last thing, of course, is create compelling content. So I get a lot of newsletters. I don't know where in the world these agents got my email. I don't know if they bought it off a list or whatever it is. And you guys going to that, don't do that. I know it's tempting. And I know there's services that sell these lists. But again, if they don't know you from Adam, they will unsubscribe, okay? So we don't want that at the end of the day. But create compelling content. The stuff that I get in these people's newsletters, they are off the wall. Some of it's a little like car salesy. My dad owned car lots all over the country, so I could say that. It's just a little too car salesy. Some of it is so irrelevant, and some of it is nice, and I will engage with the ones that are piquing my interest. And I think that's most consumers, right? Not just into real estate. It's just about everything. So we do make sure that you guys have an even spiel, I guess, of compelling content. So we'll get into that. All right, so I'm going to show you the newsletter, then we'll go back to this here. So on the first page of every page, and this one has 10 pages, by no means do you need to send all 10 pages, okay, guys? And how do I know that? I'm going to keep teaching you guys. It's down here in the bottom right-hand corner, page 1 of 10. This is this little button here where it says grid view. This is where you can kind of see like a layout of what it looks like. If you want to close it, just click it again and you'll go back to this, okay? But the first page, what we're wanting to do, and please, you guys make sure, I did see somebody, a couple people actually, send this out to me. I do ask, put me on your email list. I like to see this stuff. But they sent it out with all this lorem ipsum. The reason why, I don't know if I need to highlight this yellow, maybe we'll do that. But it's saying write your intro here. So either that is you talking about something great that's happening this month, or something that happened last month, and you're just kind of checking in with your people. And I do want to reiterate, you guys are very welcome to change any of these photos. So if you're not into Halloween, each month, I don't want to say every single month we cater to the holidays, but like we're coming into some major holidays here. So like, for example, next month, if you don't do Thanksgiving, you don't do Christmas, so on and so forth, all you have to do is change these photos out, okay? Um, Now, October just happens to be safety month, so we did put a nice compelling article thing in there. And we do have everything filled out. So this is, you guys are in Georgia, so this really, it's fine across the board. But my people like in Florida and California, that kind of stuff, sometimes they need to read the articles, and I highly suggest read them irregardless, just to make sure it makes sense for you. But we put that in there this month. Local events this month, so maybe there's a festival. I know my daughter, she's 2. We have done everything under the sun, and I still have 2 more festivals to go to, believe it or not, and trick-or-treating. But so yeah, if you want to research that kind of stuff, put that information in there, places to trick or treat. Y'all pray for me. I live in a neighborhood, there were 30,000 kids last year, so I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we're going to do our best. So you can put some trick-or-treating places in there, or again, you guys can omit this entire page if you don't celebrate. All you do is click the delete page, okay? So you could do that if you need to. How to successfully sell your home during the Halloween season. Again, we put together information for you. Now, the maintenance tips. Definitely, you guys, please read these each month. We do put these in every single newsletter. So y'all don't get, like, I'm originally from Ohio. We just got dumped with tons of snow and really cold weather all the time. Now you guys get, your occasional snow here and there, right? It is cold though. So just always make sure in the cold months like these make sense to you. And here's just a freebie. If you don't like these specific tips, all we do, even in-house here, is we actually just use ChatGPT. So all you're going to do is go into ChatGPT and say, give me some October home maintenance tips for Atlanta, Georgia, or, wherever it is, right? And it will spit you out some stuff and you're just copy and pasting. Now, your home fall decor, that's just a cute little article we put out there with just little fall things. Every single month we put, here, I'm going to reply to Charity real quick. Well, I'll put this out there for everybody. She said, can you give me the password to stock photos? Maybe she's asking because you guys can use our stock photos in the membership for the newsletter. I will email that to Alan because I just changed it. But what I was saying is every single month, you guys, we put out a new listing or like a featured listing, or maybe it's something you sold. I get this question a million times a week. If you don't have listings to market, it is my understanding you can market people's listings with permission. Maybe you don't need permission for the office listings. I'm not sure. But just obviously don't say check out my new listing, that sort of deal. But you can market listings. Now, here is something that I would do that is not on this one, but I am going to put it on here now that I'm noticing it here. Normally we do put, let me see why we didn't do it on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here, but normally we'll put like a link, or it'll say like view more information. Please, for the love of all things sacred and holy, do not send the traffic back to Zillow. You guys all have property websites, you all have landing pages. Find and navigate to that specific listing and send the traffic back there. So I'm going to create a button that says view more information or click here for more information. I will do that for you guys. And then essentially, you know what, let's just do it right now so we don't forget. I'm coming over here to elements, and I'm going to type in button. Let's just use this one here. Size it down a little bit. We'll change the color to the appropriate color. I think we're doing this color. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And I'm going to copy this, and we're going to just type in click here for more info. Let's make that smaller. I'm actually going to make it white so you can read it. I'll show y'all what we're going to do with this. And you can totally do this with every, let's just make this a little bit bigger. You can do this with anything on the newsletter. So I'm kind of glad I'm showing this to you. So I'm going to drag this here, do that. All right, so click here for more information. All you guys are going to do is if you want to hyperlink anything in the newsletter, you're going to click it, click the text, click the three dots, and then press link. Now hear me out on this, pay attention because this is important. This is where, again, you're going to send the traffic to the listing on your website, but I'm just going to put Google for now. You guys have to press enter, okay? Don't just put the link and press done. I know that's tempting to do. Press enter. It's just a weird little glitch in Canva. And then press done. And you will always know that something's hyperlinked. It'll basically look like this. It'll be underlined and then it's going to go back. And I make mistakes too. I make so many typos. I do it every single day, multiple times a day. Make sure that you guys are double checking your links, because how annoying, right? Like someone wants to click it and it's going to the wrong website or a broken website because there was a typo in the URL. So if you are going to type something out, make sure you do that. But typically you're going to go on your own website. I don't know. Let me find someone's website here. Let's just find someone random real quick. Pamela. Pamela's website's down. Is everybody's website down? Okay, bad example. Let's see. But basically, on your own website, I'm not sure why they're down right now. You're going to come up to that address bar and you're just going to copy, and then you're going to paste it onto that link and press enter and then press done. Okay. Every single month, we also put a market update. And again, you guys can get this from the board. You can get it from your office. You can do your own research and put your information in there. Obviously, make sure it's correct. But yeah, every single month we do put a market update. Here's another article, why fall buyers are some of the most serious. We put that together. We put a recipe, and I kind of like the recipes. I've noticed some of our men don't really care. A lot of the women have asked for the recipes. That's why I said to each their own. And that's why we kind of made it its own page. If you don't like it, again, delete it. Where to dine outdoors, and then some more fall decorating, just a different one. So by no means do you need to send all 10 pages. Typically we do about 5 to 6 pages, but we're giving you options, right? And let me go back to this real quick, just so y'all know where you're going to find the newsletter every single month. You're going to come over to the membership, on the left-hand side, content resources, and then go to monthly newsletters. And then when you scroll down, that's always going to be like the latest one. So November will be here and it will be loaded November 1st. I will get this out to all the brokers to make sure that you guys have it before the 1st so you can work on it. But by no means, just because, this says January doesn't mean that you couldn't use, the articles in January for October. Let's just say that you like the way that this looks. Look, you guys. I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to copy this. I highlighted it, and I'm going to copy it and paste it. And all I have to do, right, is change the colors, or you can keep it neutral. You can do whatever you want. We put like colors, I guess, to kind of go off of the theme. There are many people that keep their newsletter very neutral every month. Like, let's just say that you do want to use the blue, right, for maximum. Be mindful, it's very bright blue. Okay, so less is more kind of deal. But let's just say that you want it to be corporate looking every month. Keep it that way. Okay. Switch out the picture, switch out the maintenance tip. So it is that easy to kind of go through and look and say, hey, I actually like the way that looks. Or let me see, like this one, for example, a featured business. So say you want to add that in each month. Okay. You can do whatever you want to do. All right. So let's get back to the presentation here. I'm pretty sure I just went through all of that. The only other thing that I think is on here, like client success stories, I have a guy local to me. His name is Patrick Reed. He is the coolest dude ever. But when he goes to his closings, older guy too, and I was really, really impressed with him. But when he goes to his closings, with his buyers and whatnot, he gets the testimonial right there on camera, and he actually includes it almost every single month in his newsletter. So if you don't know this, or it's your first time hearing this, every spot, you guys, in our newsletters, and all of our templates, every spot that there is a picture or an element for a photo can totally be a video. Okay. I have some people, I'll say this for sure, that they actually get rid of this box and they do like a sit down, like a YouTube style video. They have it like horizontally, they load it to YouTube or Vimeo or whatever, and they include the video in their newsletter every month, just as a recap. So people are really doing some off the wall stuff, and I think it's super cool that you guys are able to personalize it how you want. Neighborhood profiles, that's another thing that some people like to put in theirs each month. Like me, for example, I live in an HOA, so a lot of agents farm this area. Maybe you have a specific farm area, or maybe you live in an HOA and you want to talk about things that are going on, whatever. Real estate trends, home design, we went through FAQ and expert. I have so many people that have asked for that. The only reason we don't include that all the time is because it's like, how do I say this? it's more of a call to action. Like you should be posting this on your social media and then answering, either in social media or the newsletter. So we don't do it. I have it in there a couple times, so but we have a little section for that. Some people do that. Seasonal content, of course, like I said, investment opportunities, and then interactive content. So you can include polls, quizzes, surveys. You just get people to engage with you. So some people will have an open-ended question at the end of their newsletter, or they're getting people actually replying. So that's something cool you could do. Now, this part, we'll kind of breeze through this, and we're right on time actually. But delivering your email. So how many of you, I guess in the comments, since this is recorded, how many of you are, how would I say this, are using something other than KV Core to send out mass emails? And I will tell you this, Google, so Gmail, Yahoo, those big dogs, you can actually send emails, but they have a certain amount per day that you can send. Okay, so Google, however many your provider will send, because you don't want your email shut down. Okay, I think Gmail, I think it's 250 a day. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 250 a day. So MailChimp, so you can deliver through MailChimp, Constant Contact, Top Producer. But I will tell you guys, KV Core, you already have it. They do deliver through there. So there's many different ways you can do this. And I'm going to show you the first way. When you have your newsletter, again, I don't agree, do what you want to do. I don't agree screenshotting this or downloading it as pictures and then posting on your social media. I think it should more so be a call to action. Hey, sending out a newsletter, sign up, drop your email if you'd like to sign up, etc. That sort of deal, because again, now you all know if you have a link here, click here for more information, and this is a picture, they're going to be older people or whomever, they're going to be clicking it over and over like this doesn't work, right? So you don't want to frustrate people. But the first way you can do it, y'all, I know this is a weird way how they have it, but you go to the share button and then you go to download, and then you're going to come over here to file type. It is suggesting PNG. PNG is a photo, okay? It's suggesting it because it knows it's a design, but we actually want to download this one here where it says PDF standard. And you could read right here, it says best for documents and emailing. Ashley, can you explain how we can share the projects that we create? I have been creating different templates, but it's having issues sharing them. Yes, I will do that. Just one second. I'll go back to you and show you guys how to do that. Because yeah, you might want to share this with like a VA or whomever. So when you guys download it, share file type PDF standard and then press download. If you don't, again, want all 10 pages, you can go through and select what you want. Now, you can send it straight up, like just saying, hey, I have an attached PDF, my monthly newsletter, see the attachment, or however you want to word it, right? You could totally do that. You also could come over here to the share button. You could come over, oh wait, let me do that. I don't want to do too fast. Share, see all, and then come over here to where it says embed. And then you're going to click embed, and you're going to basically copy this HTML code. You can give that to KV Core and it will essentially populate your newsletter. So it's like a running, how would I say this? Like, let's just say you're looking on your phone, like my new phone case. But let's say you're looking on your phone and people are scrolling, so it will like populate that way. Smart embed link, this is new, and I'll be honest with y'all, I have no idea what it is. I'll find out and send the email though. So we could do that. Another thing you could do, which I'm telling you, most of my clients absolutely do this part for sure, is they download it as a PDF again. And then they head over to like websites like Hazine or flipbook.com or what have you. This one is free. This is why I like this one the most. Even their like other options, if you want more, features or what have you, it is affordable, but the free is completely fine, you guys. So if you notice here, it says 5 free flip books, unlimited pages, right? Most of my clients will send, here's their 5. They will put, their newsletter each month and then, switch it out each month. They'll put like their buyer guide, seller guide, listing presentation, which again, switch it out as you need to, and then whatever other guide, okay? But the cool thing with Hazine, what I like about it, again, free, but it's like more interactive. And it becomes basically like a, you can interact with it. People can click things. It looks cool. You can email this and you can text and you can Facebook this message people, right? So you can send it various ways. And they have analytics of who opened it, who downloaded it, what time, that sort of deal. Because I know a lot of you basically, you send drip emails, and I guarantee a lot of you don't go back to look, like what time did they look? How many times did they click? This stuff is actually super important when it comes to conversion. So when we teach you guys that ad class and we teach you guys how to close leads and convert leads a little bit at a higher caliber, you will understand when we talk about the analytics and whatnot. So many different ways to send it out. My favorite little, I guess I like MailChimp. MailChimp's not bad, but I like a company, and I'll write it here. It's called Flowdesk. So FLO desk.com. It is super affordable. It's like 20 bucks or something a month, but I like it. A lot of great analytics in there. And the last thing here real quick is just a QR code. So I'll just show you an example here. Back to this, actually, here's one right here. So are you looking to sell? What is the value of your home? Again, you guys, you're not going to send this to just outer space. Send this to the landing page on your KV Core website that's like talking about instant home or see how much your home is worth, whatever it is. And all y'all are going to do is double click it. And it's going to take you here, and you're going to copy and paste that landing page. You're going to press enter. Remember, always press enter, and then press update code. If you are wanting to create one on your own that's not in the newsletter, all you have to do is come over here to apps. So left-hand side. And again, you have to have the pro version to do this. But QR code. There's many. We actually use this one here, QR code. Let's just say again, agentwisedesign.com, generate code, and voila, that's it. That's all you do. Okay. So if you want a backlink, or if you find a way that you want to track more analytics and all the crazy things, QR codes are cool for that. All right. I think that's all. The rest of the stuff is kind of like just what's inside the membership. So let me get back to do you want to, I don't know how to say your name, Janeda, do you want to unmute yourself real quick? Janeda. You there?
Ashley.
Hey. Okay, so let's see here. I want to make sure I understand. So Ashley, explain how we can share projects. So are you looking to share it with like a VA or somebody like that?
Yeah, well, basically, I've been working on different templates, just creating different templates and just trying to figure out how to actually share it with my CRM and also post it via Facebook, Instagram. And every time I try to share it, it either gives me the option to use the link or I can download it.
Mhm.
However, when I try to, do either or, it doesn't work. So I was like, okay, I got all these different templates that I've created. Now I need to know how to share them. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, well, I'm glad I had you unmute yourself because there's different ways of saying like, oh, I want to share it. Like, because you can, for example, I'll just show you one way if anybody else wants to know. Let's just assume that you had a VA or somebody that's on, like a team member. Okay,
Right.
please, guys, don't share my templates though with outside of this organization. All right, but if you need somebody to work on a project with you, you're going to come over here where it says share, see all, and then template link. And basically the brand template or template link. That is basically how others can work on projects. Now, what you're asking me more so is how can you download it and get it out to your people?
Exactly.
Essentially, you're going to again come over here to share. And I don't know why it says share and then download. It should just say download. But you're going to come over here to download. So Let me open up just so y'all see real quick. Feminine collection. I'm just going to open up something random here. All right. And how do you say your name? Janita?
It's Janita. You can
Janita?
call me G.
Okay. So how you want to share this out there? So like obviously you got your picture, you did the whole 9 yards. Each template or each bundle, y'all, remember it has pages 1 through 20 down here. You're going to go to share, you're going to go to download, and you will notice the file type. So you want to kind of like start from the top and down. The file type you'll always want to share on social media is PNG, okay? You don't want to really mess with this slider either, just keep it as it is. And you actually don't want all pages 1 through 20, you just want page 1, let's just say, or whatever. And then you
Right.
press done, and then you press download. Wherever it downloads, I highly suggest y'all try to switch your settings to download to your desktop. But like mine downloads up here, and then I actually move it to my desktop. So when I'm going to go post, then now it's on my desktop, I could find it, right? A faster way though, you guys, if you have a Mac, we do Command Shift 4. And honest to God, Janita, this is how we do it real quick. I don't have time to sit there and wait for things to download. We
Okay.
screenshot it and it goes right on the desktop, and it looks exactly what it looks like, you
Okay.
know, on there. So if in regard to newsletters, so if you're wanting to share this, remember I said come to share, download, and you want the PDF standard. Okay.
Yes.
And you can see under each one of them, like if you need to ever print your newsletter, which quite a few of my people do, trust me, you can do both. You can print both, but this is the better quality if you use PDF print. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just for the newsletter, right?
This would be like PDF print or PDF standard, anything that you want to email. You can
Okay.
email like
Gotcha.
PNG, you can email all of these things, but it's just going to be a higher resolution, I guess is
I
the word
got you.
if you use
Yeah.
standard. So,
Okay.
yeah. So any
Okay.
other questions, you guys? Man, I'm good on time. I teach this class a lot.
Thanks, Ashley.
You're welcome.
You're getting really good, actually.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. And you guys, I teach this class every month in our membership. So I am teaching this, I think next Thursday. So if anybody needs to watch it again for whatever reason, or watch the replay.
Cool. Anybody have any questions for Ashley? Sorry, my voice.
How many people on here? 7.
Ashley, could you send out the information on where you're gonna, the link or whatever you're gonna be doing the class again on Thursday?
Yes, ma'am. I will send all of that to Alan and Ming and Neil and whomever else is on here. What do you guys use? I guess Al or Ming or whoever wants, because I know your throat hurts. What are y'all using for email marketing? Somebody said MailChimp, I think.
MailChimp.
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 MailChimp for us as well.
Okay. Do you track your analytics?
Yes.
Eh.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Like, and it's so funny too. I use a program called Kajabi. Amy probably knows, she signs up, she saw quite a few of my emails, but I use Kajabi just because I sell products and all that. But I will get agents, you know, they're like, I never got your email. I'm like, yes, you did. And you actually clicked it 11 times, right? I mean, it's really important that you can go back and read your analytics.
Yeah.
And also it kind of shows you like who is engaging with you. So if you guys do follow up with phone or text or whatever, like it's not so awkward, you know. Um, but I know one thing I said in here, and I'm gonna beg my client to do it a little bit faster, but she is killing it with the referral game, you guys. I mean, absolutely killing it. But we send out a referral type of newsletter. So her referral partners don't get this kind of stuff, right? They get more like businessy stuff. But she is absolutely killing it. A lot of money.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So if nobody else has any questions, I will get, what is today? The 20th. We will have this to you guys, Alan, on the 25th for November. So you guys will get it basically 6 days earlier. I would say most people, you don't have to do this by no means. Most people send it on the first of every month. So you work on it, you get a little bit of time, work on it, and make sure it gets out there.
Awesome. That's really great. Thank you so much for sharing. I have you guys down again to come back on November 10th
Yes.
also. So I know that we have another session coming up next month as well. And
That-
but we're excited about getting newsletters going because that's a great tool that I mean, I know we have a lot of people that are excited about putting that forward and being able to utilize that. So
Oh, yeah.
does anybody have anything else for Ashley? And it's all quiet. So Ashley, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time
Thank you,
today.
sir.
I hope everyone has a great week.
I
Love
hope you
y'all.
feel better.
Guys.
Oh,
Bye.
thanks. All right.